So how many kilos was it?
17.
Wow. 17 kilos. A new
Amazing.
man.
Yeah, well, literally. Yeah, unbelievable experience.
And how are you feeling now?
Like a new man. It's funny, I've had conversations with friends on, I can't tell you the difference in your headspace. If you wake up feeling great and you can fit into your clothes and that inner saboteur is gone,
yeah,
it's like the world is your oyster. And it's sad that you wake up and you would think that your whole day would be governed by how you feel in your clothes.
Yeah.
And it goes, I mean, it does go beyond this. I mean, I do feel healthy. I have more energy, and all of that. That's amazing. But not having to wake up and go, oh God, I have to squeeze into something, or I've got nothing to wear, and I can get up and I can literally wear anything I want. That's amazing.
Yeah. And how it sets the tone for the day, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wake up not bitching at yourself.
Yeah. Do you know what's really interesting as well is that yourself and another client have in the last 3 months have both said that they've secured the biggest deal they've ever have done. You know,
absolutely.
With their work. I mean, my other client, he got a new job where they're paying him 3 times the salary.
Amazing. Well, like I said, I signed the biggest deal I'd ever done in what, halfway through our program.
Yeah.
And since then it's just gone up and up and up, and I've signed 2 or 3 more deals very similar. So now I've kind of set a precedent for myself. So yeah, it's that confidence level that just takes you to another level. Also, it's self-respect as well.
Oh, absolutely. Well, what's really interesting is you were actually training yourself, weren't you? Back in the day. So really, what was it then? Because you probably had the knowledge, but what was it that you felt was missing, or what happened back then, you know, over the years once you were a trainer to then maybe get to a point where you were quite unhappy with your physique? Did you just stop exercising, or did bad habits creep in?
Well, yeah, I think bad habits creep in with all of us, but it's also a system of checking in with yourself. And I think the biggest thing with us and what made the biggest difference was that I was accountable to you every Wednesday.
Yeah.
And, you know, you can one meal is not going to make you fat, but if you carry on misbehaving and you don't check in line, you will put on the weight.
Yeah.
And we noticed in the week I went up, I went down. You know, it wasn't a perfect sliding scale like we said it wouldn't be. But the fact that I had you to face on a Wednesday and stand on that horrible scale and take those horrible photographs and stand there and measure myself every day, it makes you tighten your belt. Yeah, literally as well. Mind the pun.
Yeah. So what were you feeling before we started then? What was it? You know, were you just waking up feeling uninspired, demotivated? You know, had your weight was it the heaviest you've ever been before? Okay,
well, it's the heaviest I've ever been. And I've always been quite small, in fact, a little bit smaller than what I am at the moment. But the biggest thing was lack of drive. And I had pains everywhere. Like I've always, because I've danced, you know, you're quite used to getting pained legs or backs or whatever it is. But my weight was severely contributing to my back pain.
Yeah.
And I have no back pain now. It's amazing. So yeah, it was horrible. It's horrible to feel sluggish.
I know, right?
Yeah, it's amazing. And what fascinates me the most is in all of this time, you have not said to me once, eat this, don't eat that, eat this. There has been and the surprising thing out of all of that is that I've actually taught myself how to eat. Because you haven't given me a diet or told me what to eat, and that's been fascinating. And I've gymmed the least I've ever gymmed in my whole life.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, obviously I love it, but I haven't spent 4 hours in the gym twice a day, you know?
Yeah, exactly. So, and this is the thing, because when we look at body transformations, whether it's weight gain or weight loss, there's more to it than simply just exercise or just nutrition. There are 4 or 5 pillars that we need to address. And, you know, that's why sometimes people struggle when they go and see a personal trainer only, because they invest all of that money, all of that time, but that's still only a very small piece of the puzzle. And then they might see some results, but they're leaving a whole load of things, that they haven't, managed and tracked.
Well, what they're focusing on then is the 1 hour in the gym.
Exactly, rather than 23
hours. Yeah, that they need to focus on. Exactly. So yeah, it's been amazing.
What was the switch? What was the switch for you to go, do you know what? I'm going to do something about this.
Well, I'd seen Andrew's before and after photographs. And I just sat there and I thought, you know what, if I'm ever going to do this, it's now. And it just hit me on the right day, the right time. And I sent you a message, but I've had trainers in my life, but I just thought, you know what, I'm going to have to put my money where my mouth is. I'm sick to death of the noise in my own head. And the constant berating of myself. It's not a nice noise. And I'm in people's homes and I'm telling them to be kind to each other and, speak to yourself as if you would to a loved one. And I wasn't doing that myself.
Yeah.
And it very quickly changed when the weight started to fall off.
Amazing. Yeah. What's really important as well is that I feel that you have done this in the way that you feel this is now sustainable, rather than, a 6-week, 10-week crash diet where people do lose weight, they do lose muscle, but do things in a way that's not sustainable. Have you felt that along the journey?
Oh, 100%. Yeah, completely. Because it's funny. I was having a conversation about half an hour ago with a friend of mine. And I said, the greatest thing that came out of this whole thing was that my life carried on as normal. And I had horrendous weeks. I had amazing weeks. I had busy weeks. I had everything that life could throw at you happened with me. Lockdowns. So I cheated. I was really well behaved. I gymmed. I didn't gym. I did everything. And I've still managed to lose it and sustain it and keep it going. So whatever life happens within, from now onwards, I have the tools.
Yeah.
So you can go away for a weekend and you can be completely ridiculous with your diet the whole weekend, but you know how to sort it out.
Exactly.
So, and I have to say, the gift, one of the other gifts you gave me is teaching me how to fast properly.
Yeah.
That has transformed my body completely. And how you feel. And when I can't remember the name of the hormone that you said is released at around about 36 hours, that youth hormone.
Oh, so it's called, so the process is called autophagy. It's when the cell recycles itself.
Yeah, absolutely amazing. And those moments of euphoria that you get, where you just feel like you can actually just conquer the world.
Literally. You go through that stage of feeling quite weak, to then your body switches like energy systems to then fats, ketones, and then you get this injection of energy, which you can just feel you can do long term.
Yeah, you almost become like that limitless person.
Yeah.
It's great. I mean, it really, really was. It's amazing. And obviously, I've been fasting for a bit, and every so often, and each time I do it, it's instantly the second you go, okay, right, I switch the timer on. And you don't even think about it. I don't go through those ups and downs and think, oh God, I could really eat something right now. You go to moments where you think, oh, I'll never eat again. But then the second you say, okay, 36 hours is up, or a little bit longer sometimes when I've done it, then you do want to eat. And your brain just goes, okay, it's time to eat again.
Yeah. But it's just setting those boundaries, and it's also having that discipline. And I think if you can do that, if you can have that discipline in say your fitness journey, you can apply that to any area of your life.
100%.
Whether it's your work, relationships, family, whatever it may be, I always tell people, get comfortable doing the uncomfortable, because life will throw lots of uncomfortable curveballs your way.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, like I said, you and I've had this discussion before. I mean, in the entire journey, I almost feel like did I cheat the system somehow? Because it wasn't difficult, and I didn't deny myself anything that I really enjoy having. You taught me how to eat with regards to the calories, and you bank them or you don't. And that's been the greatest thing. So I know that I can carry on with my life as normal, because I didn't feel like I was missing out on anything at all. And I didn't feel like, oh my God, I have to go to the gym today, because I'd already done it 3 or 4 times in the week. What you've taught me is that You don't have to go every day, twice a day, and eat salad your whole life.
The things that people read about on the internet, basically.
Yeah. And tracking your food taught me what my body told me what I wanted to eat, as opposed to what my brain was going, okay, oh, I really fancy this. Because when you track your food and you work it down to the calories that we play with in those margins, and then you suddenly see what per things eat, suddenly your body and your taste buds change completely as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, I don't think I've eaten so much fish in all my life. I swear I could probably breathe underwater.
Please don't try it.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I mean, I can't tell you how excited I am. I'm so in love with the whole process. It's given me my whole life back. Thank you so much. And like I said, thank you so much.
It's been my pleasure.